Hello and welcome to another evening of frank conversation on hard copy. I'm Nwankwo Ogun Yusuf. Last week, to commemorate May 29, which had hitherto been marked as Democracy Day, we began a conversation on our democracy, asking whether it's working as it should, or perhaps we're being a little too impatient with the process, and what the outcomes should be. Well, tonight we continue that conversation in the face of new developments in the polity, all of them bordering on our democracy. First, June 12 has now been declared our new Democracy Day. Let's leave out the legal controversy. Chief MKO Abiola, his running mate Babagana Kingibe, and Chief Gani Fawehinmi have also been given the two highest honors of the land. For some, the president's declaration means closure. For others, they say it's hypocritical. But in a surprise move, considering all that has been happening, the National Assembly, especially the Senate, seem to have thrown their weight behind the president. Well, tonight I speak with Mr. Nwankwo, the Executive Director of the Policy and Legal Advocacy Center, BLAC, who's been an activist since the dark days of dictatorship in Nigeria, on what he makes of developments in the last 2 weeks. Mr. Nwankwo, you're welcome to Hard Copy.
Thank you, Makbe.
So what did you make? I mean, first of all, on Democracy Day, we had the president signing the, he said he was going to sign it, and shortly after, I think 2 days after or thereabout, he did sign that not too young to run bill. And then we saw the controversy that happened at the National Assembly. Some say it's a deepening of democracy. After all, there's supposed to be separate arms of government. But some people were saying this is not what we want in our democracy. And then shortly after, out of the blues, from nowhere, the surprise announcement of June 12, now the new Democracy Day, and sparking that controversy. Some have taken it down the legal route. They say the president shouldn't have just made a proclamation, you know, and it's been going on and on. But some of the people are bordering on the democracy aspect of it, saying, why June 12? Should we really be commemorating June 12? What has your reaction to all of this, as someone who's followed everything, been?
We must commend the president and this administration for this pronouncement. Certainly there are legal issues, which includes, in fact, following the constitutional process of declaring a day as a national day. And that includes, involves the National Assembly's approval of this. And certainly, I think the National Assembly will go ahead and approve it. The country marks June 12 all over, especially for activists. And some states have actually declared it a public holiday. And it is good that this has happened nationwide. If you look around the world, and particularly if you look at the struggles to make the Martin Luther King Day a memorial in the US, you can see similarities. It was a long struggle, music was sung, activists played huge roles leading to the marking of Martin Luther King Day by Ronald Reagan, a Republican president. Given where this country has come from, if you look at the days when we had to struggle against the dictatorships of President Buhari himself when he was a general, Idi Agbon, who was his deputy, who had a very brutal reputation, General Ibrahim Babangida, General Abacha, it was really very dark days of Nigeria's history. And the hope everybody in Nigeria had on June 12, 1993, in coming out to vote, was that this would bring to an end the dictatorship of the military. That didn't happen for several years and continued until 1999, when we saw the creation of the present dispensation. So I think that given what had happened, given the number of people who were killed, given the pervading fear, insecurity, collapse of the economy, brutalization of the citizens of this country, the symbolism of June 12 cannot be wished away. And I think that this administration should be commended for declaring June 12 a national holiday. We need to see this go through the legal processes with the National Assembly passing this into law. As for Democracy Day, we can't have two Democracy Days. The National Assembly has to make that decision. But certainly May 29 is the terminal date of any government elected, and we can see a shift in that if that is the intention.
Well, I don't, well, we don't know, but I don't think that is the intention. Some people have said, oh, it means that every 4 years we might have a public holiday twice, you know, maybe one for inauguration and the other one for Democracy Day. But they're looking forward to seeing Democracy Day as the day for June 12 as a new Democracy Day, where we'll actually have a public holiday nationally.
I think you got
it
right. I think May 29th perhaps now should be called Inauguration Day, and June 12 Democracy Day because of the symbolism it represents. Yeah.